What if I told you the glamorous world of red carpets, crown pageants, and glitzy Times Square billboards was nothing more than a con? What if the woman smiling through it all, posing as a singer, a producer, a cultural ambassador, wasn't any of those things, but instead the public face of a fraud operation that has stolen from workers, preyed on immigrants, and manipulated the legal system? This is the story of Lika O, real name, Lika Osipova, a self-proclaimed pop star, award-winning producer. But behind the glitter is a disturbing pattern: fake businesses, unpaid debts, forged contracts, and over 50 lawsuits. At the center of it all? Her husband, Alexander Meseonznik, a serial scammer with a long trail of destruction. Let's strip away the facade. Lika markets herself as a celebrity. But here's the truth: paid useless placements. The music? Unknown. No label, no tours, no serious numbers. The events? Low-budget beauty pageants dressed up as cultural milestones. But they're not about culture. They're about optics. Optics used to lend legitimacy to something much darker. Because Lika isn't just a failed singer playing dress-up. She's the smiling decoy while her husband commits fraud at scale. Alexander Meseonznik is the architect behind a network of shell companies and scams designed to deceive landlords, suppliers, investors, and even elderly partners. He doesn't build businesses. He builds traps. His method is simple: start an LLC. Pretend it's real. Rent a commercial property. Then bring in real inventory, food, packaging, or supplies. Promise to pay later. Then vanish before the bills come due. He's done this over and over again under names like Popkoff's Express All Natural Eatery, Red and White Distribution, CKIM LLC, European Food Wholesale, Pacific Food Inc., Whittier Enterprise, and more. Each one is abandoned the moment accountability knocks at the door. Court records show he's been evicted from multiple commercial properties. Why? Because he never pays rent. He takes the keys, drains the space of goods, and disappears. Sometimes he locks out real owners. Sometimes he even leaves decoy staff behind to delay detection. In one stunning case, Meseonznik claimed ownership of a company he didn't legally possess, locked the original owners out, and started operating under their brand until lawyers intervened. And in yet another case, he and his team, yes, this is an organized group, used forged investment proposals to try to take over a $5 million food company for $0. They offered nothing, just false documents and the threat of litigation to bully their way in. If you think this is just unethical, think again. He's been found guilty of wage theft, and not just once. In one of the largest labor cases filed in San Francisco, Meseonznik was ordered to pay $6 million in fines and restitution after he stole wages from 35 workers, many of them immigrants. These were regular people, kitchen workers, cleaners, warehouse staff, promised a paycheck, then left with nothing. Some were undocumented. Others didn't speak English. He saw that vulnerability and exploited it. The city hit him with $3 million in penalties and ordered $3 million directly to the victims. This is not a one-off. This is a pattern. Alexander Meseonznik doesn't run companies. He builds scams that function only to deceive, and Lika Osipova, his wife, is the figurehead that sells the illusion. While workers go unpaid and lawsuits stack up, she's on red carpets playing philanthropist. There are also credible reports of elder abuse. In one case, Meseonznik targeted a sick, elderly investor, isolating him, forcing signatures, and hijacking his business affairs. It's not just theft. It's manipulation of vulnerable people for profit. Even the companies he tries to seize are real. Their founders are hard-working, immigrant entrepreneurs trying to build honest livelihoods. And then he swoops in, offering nothing but legal pressure, fraud, and a forged paper trail. And when he's caught, he vanishes. Resurfaces months later under a new LLC, a new address, and a new lie. Still not convinced? Search Alexander Meseonznik lawsuits. You'll find more than 55 civil cases. Wage theft, fraud, breach of contract, real estate scams, investment theft, elder exploitation, evictions. You name it, he's been sued for it. One report, still publicly available on Ripoff Report, documents how he, alongside known accomplices, used expired company licenses and fake email domains to solicit false investments and seize control of legitimate businesses. It's all documented. The lawsuits, the names, the methods. Lika O not a producer. She is a fraud front. A false brand built on lies, unpaid labor, and exploitation. She is the Instagram filter on a criminal enterprise. And every photo she posts, every event she hosts, is a scam and an cover up the tracks of her husband's fraud. This is not a mistake. This is not bad luck. This is theft, deception, and manipulation. So if you've ever worked with them, leased to them, sold to them, or partnered with them, check your contracts. Check your payment history. You are not alone. This isn't fame. This isn't business. This is a scam. And this time, we're naming names. Lika Osipova. Alexander Meseonznik. Your time's up.